So in this episode, we're going to be talking about the different styles of play. Do you want to be playing fast? Do you want to play slow? What does your hero want to do, and what does your team want to do? Playing fast in Dota means that you're pressuring the opponent. It means that you can do some hyper-aggressive stuff where you go really deep into their jungle, but you can also do it in a slightly less aggressive manner where you're just poking on their towers. Maybe you're running into their jungle without really committing. Small plays that will make it so that you get information for your cores. That is the way you play aggressive in Dota. The way you play slow is if you're waiting for your opponents, you let them hit your towers, you make sure that it takes them a long time so that your cores have more time to farm. You can stall down the towers, then it will take them more time before they can actually contest your core. A good example of where you want to slow down the game is if you have a better late game condition. That is the easiest way to really know when you want to slow down the game for as long as possible, is if the longer it takes for the game to go on, the better it is for you. So if you have the better scaling carry, like you have a Terrorblade in a good matchup, or sometimes it's an anti-mage, you know, the better carry, then you want to play slow for as long as possible. Then there's some different options where you might have like a very specific item timing, where your carry is farming one item and then the second item is his timing. So you're playing slow, but you're playing towards a specific timing, and then you want to ramp up the aggression. So if you have a slow laning phase and you have an aggressive hero, but maybe your team needs to play slow because you have like a later timing, you need to make sure that your aggression is not too much, because your team is not going to be backing you up in the same way that it would if you're playing aggressive as a team. Even if you have an aggressive hero as a position 4, it might not mean that your team wants to be playing all-out aggression. So you need to make sure that you understand not only your hero, but also what the team wants to do. If you want to stop the other team's aggression, if let's say you're playing range support, the classic way is you sit behind your tower, you make it hard for them. Let's say you're playing Rubik, maybe you throw out a Fate Bolt. If you can take out their creep wave, it'll make it so that the tower push takes longer. All these things that will stall out the push, that's gonna help your cores play slow and make sure they have more time to farm. If you're playing an aggressive hero like Earth Spirit, you might want to sit with your core that's farming so that you can break their move towards your core. If you're playing an aggressive hero, it's less likely for you that you're going to have an impact in defending your towers, and it's going to be better for you if you set up towards the other team's towers. So if you have a good laning stage and you have a fast hero, you want to make sure that you have a core that you can drag with you into your aggression. So let's say you're playing Earth Spirit, you have a good lane, you get a couple of kills during the laning stage maybe, and you have fast levels, maybe you get fast Tranquil boots. It means that you can keep up the aggression. You don't need to have downtime unless you really need to. That means if you have the option to make plays, you should always do it. You shouldn't just have downtime just to have downtime. Even if your carry is farming, it doesn't mean that you have to farm as position 4. And if you identify which core is able to play fast with you, it'll be easier to have somebody who can actually enable you to play fast.